Okay, Taurus, we needed to free up some room, so you will probably see this video in two parts. So this is part two of the part one video, right? And I will put the link in the description for part one and for part two so that you don't miss it. So just in case somebody says, oh, the video cut off, where's the second video? Look below, you'll see part one and part two in the description if you want to continue moving forward. But I definitely see karma. Karma is not good or bad, just so we're crystal clear. 'Cause a lot of people use the word karma wrong. They think it's, oh, I hope they get their karma back. You could actually be wishing good on somebody, right? Your intention may be one thing, but what came back to them is a blessing, right? Karma is just the energy we send out to the universe that comes back to hit us. And there's no way you can hide from that energy, right? So even if you assume that someone meant you harm, and if their intention was not to do you any harm but to do good, you could be wishing good for them and not even realize what you're doing. So that's why I always say close out cycles in love, because and learn the lesson. And the lesson was, when people are on a different chapter and their trauma than you, because sword energy is not like a butter knife cut. It's trauma. It's traumatic. Like you got fired from a job and you just reload. I mean, like, it's traumatic. Like, you could have just relocated somewhere, and you may have been like, okay, I was dependent on that job, and you go work for the Grinch, and that energy just cuts the job, and you're like, oh my God, I got people depending on me, and I don't know how, it can be that devastating. Or down to losing loved ones and people just mistreating you, while you're losing loved ones. And if their intention is to hurt you, that's going to come back on them. Or if their intention is not to hurt you and they just feel like, okay, this was just. So it's some people that's going to take this the wrong way. And I don't mean you, Taurus. I mean, like, people that you decided to move on from, they're going to take it the wrong way because you keep trying to help people move off of chapter 5 when you on chapter 10. And that's just an example, so don't take it literally, right? I'm only looking at five of swords and 10 of swords. There are going to be some people who take offense to it, but the way I see you explaining it is like, it takes me off of my purpose for God, for real. And that's, we didn't even talk about religion. We're just talking about everybody has a purpose. So you see that they too have a purpose. And I mean, in all humility, you may say to yourself, Taurus, oh, okay, God told me to go ahead and move on from this because it's distracting me from my purpose. It took me so long to find my purpose on this planet, and now that I've found it, I'm so excited to work directly for source. Like, you'll never be without a job if you know what your purpose is. Like, your gifts make room for you. And so you keep trying to breathe life into somebody who just wants to just, they don't want, what you supposed to do? For real. Like, what are you supposed to do? And be, obedience to source is better than sacrifice. So somebody may have to sacrifice what people are saying about you behind your back, just because, again, and but I do see you freeing yourself. I do see you, somebody feeling like they're free. Somebody feels more versatile, free to move around. And I do you see you doing a cord cutting ceremony. Yeah. So, for it lives in the silk of my binding, the knots in my truth, the eye of becoming, the witness swallowed in stillness. 33. The witness swallowed in stillness. And trust, there will be people, once you decide, hey, I'm moving on from this is too triggering for me, they will talk about you like a dog. But you've already been there before. You already risen from the ashes. You already know what that feels like. They will wish all kinds of horrible things on you because you're not being an overly giving Taurus, to them. So, but they'll be creating their own karma. So I allow my soul to lead the way. That's it. I allow my soul to lead the way. That's right. You're allowing you like, what is source telling you to do? What is spirit telling you to do? Not your flesh. What is your spirit telling you to do? Source, the voice of God. What is God saying do? If God's saying move on from something, like I said, better obey. Because I think looking at your cards, like, everybody knows that it feels like they say, I should have listened to my first intuition. I should have listened to my first mind. You don't want that to happen again. So, number 9, I am compassionate, right? Because that's what they're going to say. Oh, you're not compassionate, and you give off the wrong impression of people, and so on and so forth. And it may put a dent in your heart for a minute, but then after a while, you're like, I've already been there. I had to make a tough decision to move on. So, number 9, it's your compassion that makes you shine, Taurus. You are devoted to helping the greater good, and you have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you are being of service, right? So it's very different when you're with an energy that's motivating you, and you motivating them, and in a very positive way, versus them burning you and trying to look for where your low self esteem is because they want to pull you. It's a no. It's just one big no. Nope, nope, nope. Some people love them pick projects. I want to, I need to fix it. It makes them feel like they have purpose on this planet. They got to fix somebody. Everybody is crazy. Something's wrong with everybody, and they trying to make you feel like, nope. You have purpose, and that's what Source wants you to remember, is that you have purpose on this planet. So focus on that, and Source will bring you whatever you want. They have not been completely honest. They have not been completely honest. I feel like somebody you're either recently moved on from, or could possibly like the start of something new that could be trying to get you to pull you back into something. And this is why they having a tower moment, right? Sometimes you don't even realize that people are going through bad karma that they created, and they could be in your life right now, and you just like, okay, why all of a sudden all this stuff is happening, and why is all this? They're not telling you everything. Somebody's not telling. That's what I'm saying. The sooner you can say, okay, Source, expose everything. That's why I love full moon energy, because all you need to do is protect your energy and just listen, like for real. Pay attention to what Source is telling you, because you want to stay focused. Somebody's going to say that you're not compassionate, going to try to play that mind games like, yeah, I am compassionate, but I do have purpose, and it's very triggering. It's very, very triggering. So if they cut you off first, consider it a blessing, because that's an answered prayer. If they cut you off, consider it, you know what? Thank you, God. I'm not going to get my ego involved. I'm not going to say, oh my God, all the time and effort I put into that. Thank you, God. Just thank you, and move on, for real. They're going to tell whomever, whatever, and things are going to, and the more they keep your name in their mouth and saying negative stuff about you, the more it's going to hit rock bottom. And rock bottom looks different for everybody. That's not what you prayed for them. You're not trying to pray on anybody. You're just in prayer. So start exposing some stuff to you. So as you're purging, you're going to recognize that somebody was not being completely honest about something. So that's what I have for you. And you don't, I mean, for some of you all, you're going to be like, well, who is it? Who is it exactly? That's what prayer is for. So show me what I'm not seeing. That's what prayer. You want to go directly to the one who has the answers, right? So yeah, ask Source, who is it? Who hasn't been completely honest with you about something? Yeah, because I feel like, you know what, Taurus, I feel like somebody could be in a situation right now. Hold on, let me see something. See, you being back on your, like this, see right here, Two of Wands here. Like somebody kind of back in the saddle again, maybe possibly dating again, right? You may meet several people, and it can be exhausting at first. Like, okay, wow, you know what? You feel like, okay, I've left some things behind in the past. I'm ready to kind of sort of get back in the saddle again. This is where you pace yourself, and this is where this reading is very important, because, again, you have done the work. Pat on the back. Kudos, attaboys, Taurus. You have done the work. And don't forget to drop a comment below. But I'm serious. You have done the work. And if you meet people that's like they not even trying, you're going to have to give yourself, like, you know how jobs will give people a probationary period? You're going to have to do the same thing. That's how somebody's going to start having to operate like that. Like, I'm not, before I give people access to my inner court, and come in and steal my joy and steal what I work so hard for. I need to see if you ready to move forward beyond all that. Like, what are you doing? If somebody's gone through some trauma, it's okay to ask people. I'm sorry to tell people. I feel bad that you went through those things, but are you in therapy? Like, how is that? Basically, I'm trying to get to know you, and that's something that, I mean, there's really no easy way to say it, for real. It's just really not. You just got to do what works best for you, but stay in your purpose. If it's distracting for your purpose, let them know, hey, I worked hard to get here and I can't be distracted right now. See, that's why some people don't want to date, because they're like, I worked so hard and here comes a distraction. So, but you don't want to go to that extreme. If you want this, you're going to have to carefully vet everything coming through and not let your demons play the old bait and switch, if that makes sense. But that's what I have for you all. Taurus, you are a compassionate sign, and just leave it at that. You don't have to absorb other people's stuff that they're going through. Just hang in there with yourself. And when you meet your person, if you all decide to sit down and have a conversation, trust me, it won't be a trauma bond. It'd be like, wow, you know what? I had to go through that too. I worked so hard and I met these kind of people and blah, 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 blah. And, I'm glad I held out. I'm glad I waited for, to meet that person. So that's what I'm saying for you all, Taurus. And I will see you on Sunday. Yes, this reading is for the 26th of January through the 26th of February. I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.